This is Synergy Practices Podcast, powered by Arminco Inc. We are going to be doing a special segment that's going to be coming out every Thursday in November into December, where Arts and Safari, and the co-host, and myself, Sasha Hawapal, will be diving into practice acquisitions versus startup build-outs. When I say startup build-outs, I mean constructing a dental practice from the scratch. Yeah. So Art, for our listeners, so people who are going to be tuning into the show, let's just jump into it. What are we trying to accomplish with the show? Like, what's the idea? What's the plan with the show?
Well, the idea is, there's a lot of questions out there, which is better to do.
Oh yeah, we get it all the time.
The idea is to, instead of us being the only ones telling them all the time, have multiple professionals in the industry that, give their view, give their point, answer questions out there, so that it's out there where people can go listen to multiple people before, making a decision.
So you mentioned professionals. What kind of professionals could our listeners expect on this show?
Well, we're definitely going to interview and discuss things with bankers, realtors, brokers that do practice acquisition. We are hopefully going to do bankers that do acquisitions as well as startups, so they can see, one side versus the other side and how the bank itself thinks.
Yeah, I think it's going to be beneficial to hear so many different views for the listeners. That way it's not partial.
Yeah.
For one.
And most importantly, we're going to be talking to dentists that have done this.
Yeah, we'll have dentists on the show.
One way or the other. We're going to have dentists that have done practice acquisition. They bought practices. They've done startups. We're going to have older dentists that have done it a long time ago and consistently, kept on doing things. We're going to have younger dentists that are going through the process now. So it kind of gives that wide variety of what's happening.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really helpful. I mean, who will this benefit if you think about it? It's going to benefit anyone who's considering a practice acquisition versus a startup.
That's right.
And like Art said in the beginning of this podcast, in the beginning of this little segment, that it's a question we get all the time, and it's not a straight answer, but I think once we go through this, we want to arm you guys with enough knowledge to make the best decision for yourself out there. So finally, Art, big question, why are we doing this?
Well, we're doing it because there's a lot of people out there that think one is better than the other. We're doing it so that people can understand it's actually a personality thing. It's a situational thing. It's what you as an individual want to accomplish. One thing is for sure, I'm thinking we're going to hear from everybody is saying, whether you're buying a practice or starting one up, you are becoming a business owner.
Yeah.
So as a business owner, you want to make sure, you're making the right decisions from the start to getting into your practice.
Yeah, it's a very important key point. You're a dentist, and now you're also an entrepreneur, and you need to keep that.
The second reason we're doing this is because we have people that have done one versus the other, and I don't want to give out too much because I am not lenient over one over the other, but I've had people that have done one over the other, and then they call us, we go out there to evaluate, and then after knowing what they find out, they're like, well, why did I do it this way? So flat out, it's like you're already questioning what you've decided on. So I think it's the most important step if you're trying to go into business of your own, especially if you're dead in the center, or if you've been told one thing versus the other and you're not looking at the entire facts.
Yeah, I mean, you can't make an educated decision without the facts.
That's right.
So we will be posting this in November and December. If you don't already follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much anywhere on social media, check us out. It's under Arminco Inc., the company name. We'll be posting dates and times for shows. Like I said, it'll be Thursdays, starting in November. And check us out on Spotify, Google, Apple, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.